if there's one thing that we have that you can find across any entrepreneur, failure is an absolute part of the process. So how did you start with the Amazon world, Jay? Because I know that was your starting point on the e-commerce side of things.
Yeah, good question. I took an Amazon course, and the first rule, and your listeners who know Amazon will tell you the same thing. The first rule they preach and tell you is find a product that's already successful and then give a privately labeled version of that product, add some bells and whistles, create something new about it. But essentially, it's really the same product. So that's why you go on Amazon and you find 70 or 80 of the same products, and they're just slightly different, but the consumer really can't tell that they're different. To them, it's really the same.
Right, so it's just a copy. You adjust the copy and the images, and you make it look different, even though it's not different.
Exactly. So I broke that rule right away. I said, you know what? I'm already $1 million in debt. I have nothing. At least if I'm going to go down, let me go down with something that I want to create that I love. So I looked around at that point, late 2015, early 2016. What was getting attention at that point? Where was the media focused? And I thought, exactly. I spent 9 months designing this product.
Well, let's see what this product says.
Well, you have the
I'm opening it up right here. Is that the newer version?
You have the newer version. This is the older version.
I know part of the story, Jay, and I know you have. We can be talking about this for hours with you because you have fascinating stories to tell. But I know part of your story is that it was the pen, not this, right? Not the figures. It was a darn pen, all right?
Yeah,
and it was not only this pen. It was in the middle of the massive political campaign between Hillary and Trump, and you created pens for both. Right? Yeah. And then they had quotes for each one. Let's see what this guy says.
The collusion delusion is over. America will never be a socialist country.
So that was a brilliant idea. And then you had these two pens. We don't even have the Hillary. Nobody cares about Hillary anymore. So we don't have the Hillary pens at this point. We will be losing money with them, a ton of money with them right now, Jay, right?
I did lose money.
You did lose money, right? So this one is still hot. Hillary, not that much, but you had these two hand in hand. And I think, what was it? The Trump Jr., he grabbed one of your pens or one of your toys and put him on his Christmas tree. And then you had a... You also had a... I know that a lot of things happened along the way, but there was a station that picked it up, right? And this thing exploded, right? Tell us about that.
I had given this to a toy distributor, and I tried to promote it myself. And the toy distributor did it for 4 months, and he said, Jay, I can't sell it to one single store. Nobody wants it. So I had this pen, 25,000 pens. I give it to him. He gave them all back to me. I said, will you take them for $1 each? He said, no, nobody wants these. So I spent 9 months of my life trying to make these things and promote them. Nobody wanted them. And then one day, Sean Hannity brings it on his show, and it explodes. The first day we did, the first night, $10,000 in sales on Amazon, one night. The next day, $55,000 in sales on Amazon. The next day, $166,000 in sales on Amazon. We did almost $1 million, Manuel, in 5 weeks. And we became the #1 toy on Amazon, from nobody wanting it to the #1 toy on Amazon.
What a story. And when you guys listen to this story, just bear in mind that it looks like an overnight success and he got lucky. But look at all the battles that he went through trying to get this product out there. First of all, he lost everything. He created a new line. And then he spent 9 months trying to get this product picked by anybody, and he was trying to give it away for $1, just somehow get some money back, and he got lucky. I mean, I keep on talking about this philosopher that has this one quote, Seneca, that says, what does it mean to get lucky? When preparation meets opportunity. So if there's one thing that we have that you can find across any entrepreneur, you're going to find it over and over, no matter where you are at. Failure is an absolute part of the process. It's inevitable. And if anybody's going to tell you, I can tell you, I, for one, when I started doing the marketing agency, and this was back in 2015, I got my first client. My first client officially was my father, Frank Suarez. He made my life really easy because Frank was a great content creator. He was incredible. Like all I had to do is press a few buttons and get people to see his content. He had great production. All that stuff was going on, and it was fantastic, right? So he made my life easier. So I thought, oh, wow, look at that. I'm pretty good. And then at some point along the way, shortly after, my dad meets with Dr. Berg. They're friends. Dr. Berg says, who's helping you? My son. You should contact him. And at that point, I think it was like 4 or 5 staff that I had in the organization working for the Natural Slim. And then Dr. Berg gave me the business, and I started marketing for him. So again, what do we have? Another unicorn, Jay. Piece of cake. All I got to do is press a couple buttons. Dr. Berg, I'm a genius. Look at me, I'm a genius. And then I kept on, and I used to go to clients, and I used to tell them, I have 100% track record. I've never been fired. I am perfect. Look, you come to me, you know, this is the way it's gonna be. We're gonna blow up your business, and because I was so confident, because I started off with 2 unicorns. I have not had another unicorn like Dr. Berg and Natural Slim since then. These guys are on their own, all right? These guys are on their own world. My dad is an incredible content creator. He's a genius. Dr. Berg is another one. I was lucky. So I was proven wrong so fast. I used to have that credibility at that positioning that I used to be like, you know, I've never been fired. Jay, let me tell you something. I cannot say that anymore. I have been fired plenty of times now, because I didn't have those unicorns when they came in to me. Like, you know, I think you yourself, Jay, with us, the first 6 months, we were trying to make it work. You know, it started taking off in the last couple of months, right? So it is marketing. There's one thing in the world of business that all the success stories have in common. One thing, and that is that word. That's too light. Let's see. Wait a second. This is too light. Can I fix this here? I think I can fix it. Anyways, you guys are going to be able to read it. I'll fix this later. Persistence. That is the one thing that, oh, you cannot even see that, all right? So I apologize for that. But that is the one thing that you guys are going to find across any successful entrepreneur, any successful story. We all have that one thing in common. We can fall, we can pick ourselves back up, and then we keep on going. And it's been like that throughout ages. That's the differentiating factor. So Jay, instead of giving up and going to flip burgers somewhere, getting a job at Walmart, he kept on going, and he kept on risking things and sacrificing things and putting himself at risk to make things work. And then eventually things took off. So that's the biggest thing that you guys all need to have, is that process of, yes, you need to have training, you need to have smart strategies, you need to get yourself educated, you need to stay connected. I mean, what Jay said at the beginning of our interview, he said, look, I saw somebody that was a rising star and I stuck with him. That's really valuable, because you need to look at people that are doing it and learn from them and absorb what they're doing and implement that yourself. Because if you try to battle things on your own, then that's also going to be an issue. So you have to be willing to learn. You got to be a student of life. You got to be a student of the world. Otherwise, you miss out. All right. That's really good, Jay. Great stuff.
What you were saying before, Manuel, is persistence is so important, because people give up very, very quickly. And failure is really part of the process. You fail, you learn, you keep on going. And even with you and I, like you said, the first 6 months, there were a lot of things that weren't going right, but both of us are so persistent that we made it go right. And now we're having the highest numbers that I've seen on my website up to this day. So very good point, Manuel.